Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 11. Almost said 14. After last time, we actually came out of Korlaka Tunnel, but I figured I'd end it next to where the boat is, next to Drakefang here, who, if you talk to him in the Zarin mines, he tells you that shipments of mithril used to be ferried from Palbora mines. The last time we left off at Palbora mines, so I figured I'd come back this way. And what's really nice about leveling in Palbora mines and then coming back here is if you've already got the gear or you don't intend on stopping level grinding, you just round this corner, you talk to less Theines, and you go right into Korlaka Tunnel. So it's really nice. And since last time, I did a bunch of level grinding, and everything's over level 30 now. Although I kept Red Mage and Thief at 30, barely, so that I could still get the movement speed benefit from the Destrier Beret. Notice it says level 30 and below. You get the regen, refresh, the auto re-raise, the increased skill gain, and the increased movement speed, so that'll be helpful. Because I intend to do some traveling today. Also, I made an equipment set for my warrior, but it translates over to Red Mage as well. But I wanted to show you this cool glamour system they got now called Style Lock. You may have noticed people in town looking like whatever they want. And if you can equip a piece of gear in this game, you can set it into an equipment set. And then, as long as you have a job that can equip it, you can style lock it on any job. So it's amazing. It's much better than Final Fantasy XIV's glamour system. And the style lock will persist until you turn it off in config, or until a monster move that removes like gear checks your character and like removes the gear or something like that. There's a few attacks later in the game that like remove gear and as a consequence remove style lock. Although interestingly, when you equip your own gear or change equipment, it doesn't break the style lock, so whatever. But we got all sorts of new traits and abilities and things on all the jobs. It's kind of cool. You know, we got sneak attack, we had that before, but we've also got flee and trick attack. Trick attack is really interesting. When you stand behind a party member, your next hit will deal 4 times normal damage. It won't automatically be a crit, and it won't automatically hit like sneak attack, but you can actually stack it with sneak attack. So if you're behind the enemy and also behind an ally, you can do a ×4 damage critical hit. And it's actually like ×8 or ×6 or something ridiculous. It's really good. EXP parties used to set it up all the time between the levels of like 30 and 52 or so, maybe 55. Thief had a really good range for EXP between level 30 and like level 55, but after that, people didn't want it anymore because the dagger damage is really low compared to everything else. And people all want to get in a party where everyone does a shit ton of damage, so the monsters die really quickly, and that was kind of just how things were. So some jobs, after a certain point in the leveling process, sort of got left to their own devices, or to make their own party and stuff, and Thief was kind of one of those jobs for quite a while. At least for me, in my experience, back in like 2007, when it was the first time I leveled it. But now, you notice, we've got all these mage jobs up to level 30s, but if you recall, the spell store only sold spells up to like level 20. So you might think, well, okay, we can just go to the auction house and buy some spells. Now we can. You can buy any spell that has a scroll on the auction house. But like, look at this, okay? Look at the price history for Cure 2, okay? 20k for Cure 2. Alright, and then go look at like Banish 1. 20k as well. Banish 2. 60k. Like, these are way more expensive than they should be. Although I did pick up the ones that were relatively cheap, which was surprising to me that like ones like Erase, because Erase is a really good spell, long sought after, was cheap. I'm guessing that's because those spells come from so many different things now, just you know, as it stands. But since wait, what? Red Mage can just learn Slow 2, and Phalanx 2, and Paralyze 2 from scrolls now? What happened to the merit abilities? Huh. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up later. Anyway, there are other stores in the game that we can buy from, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be doing some traveling for missions today, and we're gonna be checking out other magic stores, namely the one in Jeuno, but we'll also check out the ones in Windurst and Sandoria, depending on how far we can get before this gets up to around an hour and a half. But first, we want to pick up our next mission. The Emissary. Mission of great importance, huh? Okay. I will teleport straight to the Ironworks because my feelings about teleportation versus me wanting to show you stuff is definitely, I think we want number 1. Definitely going to be a thing where my stupid principles take a backseat to save time. That could actually describe the early phases of this game. My stupid principles take a backseat to save time. So many people cheat. But anyway, so we gotta talk to Naji once again. Overseas. Real challenge, huh? Well, I've been doing a bunch of level grinding. I've done about 10 or so hours of level grinding across all the jobs there. No, I won't. I'll show ye. You say I have to travel by sea? Well. Sir Karst, huh? Well, at least he's not the Star Sybil, I guess, but he kind of looks like... Man, he really wants to be called president. Jeuno's neutral, huh? No questions. Oh, we're actually asking about the Rhapsodies crap. Yeah, we will. And we would have anyway. Nachi's like, fuck President Karsh. Or Karst. Whatever. Anyway, we gotta go to the consoles now. And, okay, so we'll go to Sandoria first. Because it's probably the quickest one we can get to. We already have teleport up in the Zelkheim region, which is technically, like, pretty close to Sandoria. Because we got the Rhapsody in white, it costs 400 less gil now, so that's pretty nice. Another reason to advance Rhapsodies. Be a good little boy and advance the story like they want you to. You wouldn't think I would complain about advancing the story since I play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and it's mandatory to advance the story in Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, advancing the story in 14, it's very linear progression. It's not out of order at all, and you advance it at your own leisure exactly when you want to. And you do get roadblocks here and there, but I mean, it's really obvious like what you got to do next. So it's not really that. It's not really like it's actually in your way, because all of the best rewards are also behind it. So, like, I mean, yeah. But another reason Thief is really great is at level 25 they get the flee ability, and I think it quadruples your movement speed for 30 seconds. It's pretty nice for getting around. Basically, we want to just go up to Theine Plateau, which is basically like Sandoria's version of Conquest Highlands, except it's a little more of a pain in the ass, because it has another zone underneath it called the Ordel's Caves, or whatever, and, oh hey, Bastok is major in the dunes for some reason. I guess my Bastokers are getting to work on Zelkheim this week. That's nice. Be nice if we could take back Gustenberg. As far as the importance goes for Conquest, it's actually not important at all. But your nation actually doing well can let you buy better gear with your Conquest points, and then also the outposts, like that outpost right over there, that red square in the center of the map. If Bastok owned this, I could go over there and well, I'd have to pick it up first in Bastok proper, but I could pick up a little missive to take to the outpost, and then it would let me have an outpost warp. And outpost warps were kind of like the original teleport around sort of thing, and it was a real big incentive to get invested in doing Conquest, because if you could shift some areas in your country's favor, then you could teleport everywhere, or at least to every region. Very, very useful to save time. And kind of the limit on what I would really prefer for teleportation. As like nice as teleportation is, it really, really undercuts the value of the open world. I could probably do an entire video just talking about why teleportation is like, why it's gotten to be a thing that people love and want, but then also why it's actually bad for a game long term. Of course, that kind of sort of plays into old MMO design versus new MMO design, and actually just old game design versus new game design as well. So it's an argument that could go around in circles for days and days. Here we are, Theine Plateau. And if I remember right, we bought some general maps already, so we've got the map here, I believe. Yep. See, it looks, to me it actually looks kind of bigger than Conquest Highlands. But like, you see all the rugged mountains and stuff, and then those like strips of jerky, sort of, that are like, I don't know, around here and here and here and over north of the lake and stuff. Those are like ravines, and they lead into the Ordel's Caves. And in every place there's like an elevation change, and it sucks, and they're terrible, and I hate them. And Conquest Highlands is better. Although actually there's trees here in the Theine Plateau, and they're actually pretty decent as far as early game trees go. This game actually has pretty damn good trees. But, I don't know. I'm a Bastok boy. I like my Bastok zones. It's kind of funny. Naji was saying we would have to go overseas, and what they intend for us to do is take the ferry from Zelbina, and it goes all the way around here, all the way up here, and lands us in, yeah, Kolshushu, over at Mara. So like, it actually goes even further. It actually passes Winders completely, which doesn't make any damn sense, and takes us to Mara. So yeah, but that would probably actually take longer than just running there now, because not only do we have flee, but since I'm still level 30 on this job, we've got the enhanced movement speed from the Destrier Beret. And the ferry takes like 6 minutes to load, like to board, and then like 12 minutes to go, or maybe it's 18. It's a pretty long trip. It's much longer than taking an airship. And we don't actually have to take it. We can actually go. We can go across land to Jeuno, and then cross over Jeuno's bridges and go south. And we want to do that anyway, because it's about time we stopped in Jeuno and got the telepoints there, as well as stopped in Jeuno and checked out their magic shop. Because I'm fairly certain that Sandoria and Windurst won't really have that much better of a magic selection than Bastok, but they might, because sometimes store selection depends on Conquest. So like they might have like some really cheap Cure 2 scrolls or something for us to get. That guy's almost got Zeromus as a name. Yeah, but also you notice we got another one of these crags here on the Theine Plateau. The Crag of Holla, or Olla. I always said Holla. But, I guess it could be Hola. I don't know. Telepoint. With a Master Mithra, a Master Mithra on top of it that we can't target for some reason. I guess because she's directly on top of it. Now, basically, instead of taking the path, we're actually going to run straight west by that lake, the Ephemere, and then we're going to sort of go up past the beef jerky slice, because it'll be ever so slightly faster than, even with the terrain changes, than going south to the path, to follow the path all the way. So there's that. Although, maybe we should check wide scan. Let's see. Slumbering Samuel? Oh, that's a notorious monster. We can probably kill him. It's probably like level, I don't know, like 18 at the tops. Maybe 20s. It wasn't what I was really looking for, but I'll take it. I guess I could whip out my trusts, but, well, I can't now that I'm fighting him, but I could have whipped out my trust and made this battle not take a minute. I have a love-hate relationship with trusts as well. You might have gathered that already, though. Come on. Really? Okay, maybe I should have gotten them out. Can we steal anything from you? Yeah, I think so. Aw, we didn't get whatever he drops. I have no idea what that thing drops. I was actually looking for, I guess that would actually be a good reason to go to the south. You know, never forget about what I said. I'm going to go to the south real quick because down around here, you can actually find the lumbering ram that's needed for the Purple Belt quest. And if we could run into that, that would be amazing. Although I realize this is already 20 minutes long, and we haven't really even gotten to the next part of what the nation's story wants us to do, which is kind of the point of the video. I swear I don't have ADD. At least not diagnosed. Although my friend with ADHD said I had a lot of symptoms of both when we were in college. And so did some people in the Navy. But frankly, I don't think I have either. I think it's possible to just be scatterbrained. Let's see, Orcish neck chopper. Yeah, our pitiful wide scan isn't gonna show us yet. It's like not guaranteed to be down there or anything. If anything is up, it'll probably be a trimmer ram. Because, yeah, I didn't think so. I'm pretty sure people probably still farm them on like mules and stuff to sell purple belts as a money maker. People kind of get in their own set patterns of what they find important and what's like a good money maker to them. And sometimes something that's not even actually a good money maker, people will just like find an excuse to go do because like it made them such good money in the past. And plus there are occasionally new players still playing, like me, sort of, or you know, people returning, I guess. Or people trying it out for the first time because they keep hearing about it and I get curious. Kind of glad I have wide scan though. It gives me something to do while traveling, without getting too far off the beaten path. That's a real nice quality of life thing. Also, I'm not actually sure where the other spawn locations for the ram is, at least in the Theine Plateau. I know it far less than Conquest Highlands, because I'm a Bastak boy. Oh, battering ram. That must be like the, that must be the, Sandorian version of the trimmer ram. We probably don't need that many trusts out. I'm just gonna grab out these Elven and we'll go hit it. Yeah, see, battering ram, it looks exactly like a trimmer ram. Oh, also, remember the NPC last time, Ixley, that I said I'd buy stuff from? Well, it turned out he wasn't the one to buy Sparks gear from. It was actually that first guy we talked to, Iskaloth or whatever. And Ixley was for this thing called Unity. Man, that's a lot of ram skin. And a lanolin cube. What's a lanolin cube? Exclusive. The goblins make these cubes out of fat harvested from sheep wool. It is a main ingredient in goblin soap. Okay, I guess we'll hang on to it since we can't, like, sell it to other players. Oh, there's like NPCs. Huh. Maybe they're like on a mission for the kingdom or something? Hey bro, you're pretty tall. Nothing to report, he says. Oh, very well. I think it's in this zone, right around here. There's a rabbit Notorious monster that's either... It's either in the very northern spot here, sort of in this area next to that beef jerky strip, or it might be the southern portion of West Ronfaure up there. But it's like a rabbit, and it has a chance to drop a necklace that has, I think it's Treasure Hunter +1. And you notice we got the Treasure Hunter skill or trait at level 15. Anything that's Treasure Hunter +1 gives you a little bit more of it. And I think someone compiled a list recently where they actually, like, Square actually finally handed out the hard data on Treasure Hunter. And it turned out that every Treasure Hunter tier past Treasure Hunter 2 was such a small increase that they basically didn't matter. Whoa, it's a cavernous maw, huh? Looks like a Tamos. Nothing happens. Very well. I don't want to fuck with a Tamos. So, we'll come back to that. That's actually related to one of the add-ons from 2009. But we're a bit green yet to be worrying about that. Although that's also another reason to stop by Jeuno. Oh yeah, listen to this music. Yeah, this is actually one of the tracks that Nobuo Uematsu made. It's kind of a nice lush green zone too. It's actually the very first Final Fantasy XI zone I ever played in. When the game came out on computer in 2002, there were plenty of Americans who managed to get a Japanese copy. And my friend down the street, his dad got one. And my friend was leveling a Taru monk that he started in Sandoria. And he let me play for like 45 minutes. Here in West Ronfaure, and that was my very first time in 2002 playing Final Fantasy XI, and I wanted to play more. And eventually I did, and then I wound up playing it for 10 years straight once I was gifted my own copy by my older brother. But technically I have experienced this game as far as 19 years ago. Of course, all the players that you ran into were Japanese, and I don't think they had the auto-translate function yet. They might have already had it at the game's onset. I don't really remember. I just remember we watched a warrior, an elven warrior fight like what was to the Taru monk a very tough orc. And the warrior was only like one level higher than his Taru monk. And he was like, oh, this guy's gonna die, and then I'll kill it. And the warrior just beat it almost effortlessly, and he was like, what the fuck? And I think it's because he had sub job, and the one level made all the difference. But yeah, here we are in Bagpipe, Sandoria. It's got greystone walls that tower over everything, and I think their magic store is in Port Sandoria, which we have to go through northern Sandoria to get to. We want to stop by our embassy though, which is also in northern Sandoria. And really, the best thing about Sandoria is the Elvan women. They are very hot. So, and if anyone else tells you otherwise, or anyone says they're a giraffe, pimp smack them for me, because that joke is tired out, and everyone's neck in this game is way too long. As a result of having neck portions on armor that they want to show off, as well as just, you know, not really thinking about neck proportions when you design a character. Same thing's true in Final Fantasy XIV. It's just a little less noticeable. Maybe I gotta talk to Dangog? Really? Oh, I did. What? Oh, we're gonna run into Lion. Look at that fucking 80s rocker hair. She's like straight out of heavy metal. And you would have met her anyway. She is independent of Rhapsodies. If we'd been able to watch the intro, we could have seen that firsthand. Better armor, huh? I don't know if they can do that. They're basically discount Catholics. And because of Rhapsodies, we're like, hey, Rhapsodies stuff, which doesn't normally happen. Okay, I guess that's part of Rhapsodies. That's so fucking weird. I can't even remember how it went on my main, because my main had already done all this, so when Rhapsodies got to this point, it didn't like tell me to go handle that stuff, because I had already handled that stuff. Hey, fat ass, I've tried talking to you 5 times now. I wouldn't really call it a village, it's more like a stronghold. Or a fort. Go to Chateau de Oragil and speak to Monarle Halver. Well, considering how pompous you are, I don't blame them. Also, I think at our console, you notice how she's got the Iron Musketeer thing going? You can get her to cast Signet on you if your Signet's running low, which mine is, because I've been EXPing all night. I work nights anyway, so when I say EXP all night, it really doesn't really mean anything as far as like how tired I am or any of that. Man, that telepoint looks a lot brighter than the others. A lot bluer too. I wonder if it's just the contrast with the area, or if like the country that's in first place for Conquest gets like a sexy deal when it comes to that. Port removal. What's port removal do? Order service? Oh, okay. So they got storage slips and they'll store whole sets of armor for you or something. Yeah, okay. I'd read all this, but I'm on a time here. Port removal. And if you want to read what the port removal said, feel free to pause and read what the port removal said. What? They put this beggars belief. I said they were all over the place, but literally, oh my fucking god, dude! I hate teleporting. Fuck teleporting. Oh my fucking god, dude! is like Dark Souls 3 with fucking bonfires, man. Now listen to the music in here. Also, excuse me, I need to take a drink. Who the fuck is Rembard, and why has he got treasure chests? Huh. Well, we gotta talk to Halver. Uh-huh. Yeah, I figured that. Y'all have been in control of Gustaberg for the last 336 Vanadiel days, so... yeah. Man, Halver, you're racist as fuck. I guess it is the Middle Ages, though. War Chief Vat Git, huh? Very well. Further the cause, huh? Oh, he gave us a trust. Well, that's nice. Now this lady right here, Karilla, she is bae. She is waifu. Like, oh my god, she's the leader of the Temple Knights. She is amazing, and I love her. Karilla V. McCrew. Uh-oh, she steps towards me and she's got her hand on her blade. A little patience for unsavory folks, huh? Well, we'll be back to talk to her in the future, though. I love Karilla. There's more stuff you can do in the chateau, but, like, our fame related to questing in Sandoria, as well as our rank, just isn't high enough to do most of it yet anyway. So we'll come back there later. Also, let's check something real quick. Was it under basic? Oh yeah, we got that one already. I don't really need that. Okay. I've done that so many times. Okay, but let's see. Okay. Southern Sandoria L6. Okay, yeah, we'll go do that after we check out the port, and we'll set this one too for when we go to Windurst. So I didn't really explain it at all because I kind of forgot about it again. But you know that guy I was talking about earlier, Ixley and Iskakoth or whatever. Ixley was the Unity guy. He lets you join the Unity after you've done 10 records of eminence or whatever. And so we're in the Apururu, as you see in the chat right now. We're in the Apururu Unity thing. And that's because Apururu, once you've earned enough like Unity swag or whatever through records of eminence, once you join, she's a really, really good white mage. And that's really, really helpful to have if you're going to take on anything serious. Because she'll... until she runs out of MP, like, she'll be able to keep you alive against pretty much anything in the game. But she can run out of MP, so, yeah. Yeah, Regine's Magic Mart. That is why we are here. They're first in the Conquest tally, so they should be selling us some good shit, maybe. Or the best shit they could possibly sell us, anyway. See, this telepoint looks normal. I guess it's just the location those other ones are at. Also, I really like Port Sandoria. This is where their airship touches down, as you can tell. And I really wish that it was in a better location. because it's got their auction house, or one of their auction houses anyway, and I don't know. It's just a really, it's my favorite zone in Sandoria, other than the chateau. Also, seeing all these people, I wonder how many of them are Japanese. You can't always tell just by looking, but oh, it's a Kali. It's an interesting dagger. You usually have to try to talk to someone, and if you try to talk to them without the auto-translate function and they respond back in Japanese, they usually respond back with like a worried emote, like, oh my god, a fucking Gaijin in my Final Fantasy XI. It's kind of hilarious. I want to buy magic. White magic. What do you got? Oh, hell yeah, look at that. Look at how much money we save by actually going to the store. Holy fuck, we save a lot of money. Dude, that is freaking awesome. And they probably sell some good black magic here too. Yeah, look how much money we saved though. Like, we would have had to pay 20k or more for each of these spells off the auction house. And some of these spells are very pivotal. Like Blink is really, really good. Aqua Veil is really, really good. Banish is how we're going to get our Divine Magic skill up. And Cure 2 is also pivotal because Cure 1 sucks donkey balls. And now I want to check out your black magic. Poison, we didn't have that before, that's enfeebling. Bio is dark magic. Sleep is crowd control, which matters a lot in this game. And the rest of these we can buy in Bastock. What does Rougier sell? Look at all these French-ass names. Apparently Sandorians don't like using magic. And they sort of hint at you that magic is like Winder's purvey. I wonder what happens if we say I'm looking for work. Flyers for Magic Mart? Okay. Yeah, we'll do that later, maybe. We'll also learn these spells that I bought a little later, or between episodes, or whatever. I'm very happy to be able to get those, though. Especially the sleep spell. Sleep is ridiculously good in this game. Yeah. It's just, it is the tits. And there's several forms of it. To kind of go over it, it's based off of your enfeebling magic skill, I'm pretty sure. And at least for the normal sleep spell. And it's counted as a darkness elemental spell. So things that are like undead and stuff have a really high chance, or aren't affected at all by it. Really high chance to resist it, that is. But then White Mage at like level 48 gets a spell that was released in like 2007, I want to say, called Repose, which is based off Divine Magic, but it's a light-based sleep, and it can sleep almost everything that normal sleep can't sleep. So it's really freaking good. And then Bard has the lullaby songs, which are also light-based sleeps that are based off of the Bard's singing skill plus whatever instrument they're using. Those have a really high chance to sleep things, but their duration, as far as I remember, is not as long as regular sleep. But on the other hand, I believe one of the lullaby spells is single target and the other one is AoE. And Bard gets them a lot sooner than mages get the sleep spells. Of course, Bard is an advanced job and we don't even have it unlocked yet, so, I mean, we already have the sleep spell, so, yeah. But the lullaby spells basically let Bard be, like, the best puller for EXP parties back in the day, because they could pull a monster with, like, hitting it with a boomerang or whatever. Well, they wouldn't use a boomerang, I guess. I guess they would, like, use, like, some song that, like, debuffed it, like a Threatenity or something like that, and then it would chase them, then they could sleep it with Lullaby when it got to camp or whatever. And the thing about that is, while the party's killing the first monster they pull, they can go pull another one and bring it to camp and then sleep it, and then buff the party real quick and then run off and go grab another monster. And so a Bard pulling for your party could actually more effectively pull than anything else. And you got a big EXP camp all to yourself. I remember back in the day I had it was actually a merit party for level 75. Merits were like these extra bonuses you could give your character. Instead of raising the level cap for the longest time, they just added merit points. But anyway, the thing about that is they could be really highly efficient parties because you could have in-game level gear versus like level 80 monsters or whatever. And we did like chain 382 or something like that one time with a Bard puller and a really good party, just killing monster after monster. And it was amazing. But what was sad was it was like 382 monsters or 383 monsters or whatever that we killed. It's, you know, like the first monster doesn't have a chain going on it yet. And the second the chain broke, they just said, okay, we're done. And we stopped. And sadly, that was only like, at the time, that was only like 60,000 experience. Well, no, I guess it would have been more like 65. No, wait. Yeah, 65,000 experience points or whatever, or merit points. So that was like 6 or 7 merits, which is a lot, but it's also not. You can spend like 6 or 7 merits pretty dang quickly. So this is the Ghelsba outpost, and I don't know if we got a map for it yet. No, we didn't. That's okay though, because I've been here so many times. These are orcs. If we had seen the... You know what, just go look up the Final Fantasy XI intro. I'm gonna, like, add it to my Final Fantasy XI Let's Play playlist at the very start of the list, because I can't record it, basically. Like, unless I get a different recording software that doesn't have to press a button that I can set up that just records my screen output, I can't really record it. There's two issues for recording it. One is pressing any button skips it, and then the other issue is that having a joypad of any type enabled will also cause the or will usually cause the intro movie for Final Fantasy XI to automatically skip. So I can get it to play, but then I have to press a button to make it record, which causes it to be skipped. And then I can't just, like, the old software, I can't plug in my joypad afterwards, after it's done anyway, to play with it. So I would have to play for like a whole episode without my controller, which I frankly cannot do, because I've only ever played this game with a controller, and I am too set in my ways to learn keyboard and mouse. Although it's probably not that hard. But the main real problem is not being able to actually press buttons to cause my recorder to record. And so I thought I could go change, you know, the settings. You know, I could change the buttons. And maybe a certain button wouldn't skip the intro. And no, any button, any input at all will skip it. And then on top of that, it counts as a different software instance than the game. My recording software doesn't even actually count it as the game yet. And then, the other issue is that I can set my software to record come on, brain, work with me. No, I don't want to summon trust yet. That'll be fine. It can record in the background, and that's how I know that it doesn't count the intro as part of the game, because recording in the background didn't start until the accept the terms of service screen before logging in. So, like, it's just really strange. I know there's people out there who've recorded it, and the Final Fantasy XI YouTube channel that's officially run by Square, they have the intro up on their YouTube channel. It's just kind of beyond me. Let's see. This is an Orcish fighter. He's basically the same level as the highest level quadavs that are in Palboro Mines. Ghelsba Outpost is basically the Palboro Mines of Sandoria. It's a lot more fun to go through, though. I don't think I want to fight all these guys. I was just killing that fighter because I know that he can drop the Ghelsba Outpost key. And there's a quest later that involves, like, Palboro Mines chest key, the come on, brain. The Ghelsba chest key, and then the Gideus chest key. Gideus is the Beastman stronghold near Windurst. If you get all three of them, you can turn them in once you get rank 3 for a Kazam airship pass. I really should have summoned at least one trust, but oh well. I'm not gonna level up after. Oh wait. No, we don't want to kill this. We want movement speed. We want to keep our movement speed for now, if we can. I mean, I guess I could just switch to Red Mage. Yeah, I guess I could do that later. We won't be able to flee, but it'll be okay. Maybe we'll get the chest key off this guy, maybe we won't. That's going to be something I do between episodes anyway, but Cathedral, Tapestry, and Lizard Trousers. Oh, those are better defense than the Braves that I was wearing, so that's cool. But yeah, we're just gonna move along. This cave system is actually really simple. It's like once you enter, it's just keep going northeast, and eventually you get to the top of the fort. It's kind of like a shortcut, but not really. You don't see as much of the Ghelsba outpost, but you get to Fort Ghelsba a lot more quickly. Basically, a Ghelsba outpost is like the bottom half of Palboro Mines, and Fort Ghelsba is like the top half. And we'll get our trust out now, so I'm not wasting like 2 minutes per 2 minutes per thing or whatever. And we're just gonna get out some hitters so that, you know, we kill these things fast, because nothing here is gonna actually be a challenge to us in the level 30s. That's a special bonus. Oh, Millie's alter ego. Okay, that's cool. Getting all sorts of trusts. Let's see. If I remember right, the guy that they want us to kill is at the top of the fort. I might have remembered wrong, though. He might be back in the outpost on the opposite end of stuff. It's just been so long. Stone Chucker, Stone Chucker, Stone Chucker, Curse Maker. I think you can get the chest key from Curse Makers, too. Wish I had bought a map of this place. Although you didn't used to be able to buy a map of it anyway. Yeah, I think I need to go all the way down the fort, actually. I may have taken the stupid way to get to our objective. Forgive me. I didn't even get the... I gave up my Destrier Beret speed, and I didn't even get... a key. But we do got max HP boost now from our monk sub. Not that it really matters at this point. Ooh, it's an Orcish flamethrower. If I remember right, those drop something, but I don't remember what it is. Orcish Panzer, is that a... Yeah, that's a Notorious monster. I don't think it drops anything amazing, but it ought to be kind of okay. Someone was suggesting I get like some third-party camera things, but I'm old-fashioned. If my camera angle's bad, then it'll be bad. Why have we still got battle music playing? What? Okay. Strange. Why are my trusts just like standing over there except for a Benzio? Did they get slept or something? Red Cryptex. I don't even know what that is. I also don't know what the Cathedral Tapestry is for, so I'm going to throw it away. Let's see. Okay, it's like a... I think it's like a garrison item or something. Oh, we got like an elevator. It's been so long since I've been in Fort Ghelsba, like I remember the layout, but I don't remember the exact like minutia of climbing it or descending it. I do know that I probably shouldn't have used the cave shortcut. My brain was just like, ooh, cave shortcut. It's only slightly shorter, mind you. I just want to climb on down. It's basically shaped like a bunch of H's, and like you go up the side of the H and then through the center, or the border, I guess, or whatever. At the top of this place is a place just like that Wagroon shrine from what you call it, the I think we get a telepoint at this book. Yep, we do. Those are also relatively new to me anyway. But yeah, Burning Circle Notorious monster fights that you get with Beastman Seals. There's some to do here at the Horlai Peak as well. There's also a quest involving Gorilla at Horlai Peak. And we're back in Ghelsba Outpost, but we're like at the very top of Ghelsba Outpost. So we kind of like, I guess, came in the back way or something. War Chief Vatgit is going to be like right through this cave. This is like his like little like throne room. And he should be right around here. Unless people have just been killing him non-stop. War Chief Vatgit, yeah. Normally he's a lot closer to that like throne place. At least I remember him being a lot closer to that throne place. Just let me attack. Oh, I shouldn't have boosted out of combat. I forget that boost is stupid now. Yeah, as you can see, he's not... Like, you could solo this guy at like level 18 or something without trusts. Like, he's nothing to write home about. You're supposed to be doing this quest by like level 20 or whatever. Or mission, anyway. Do you mind? I don't have any third-party things that make me not freeze when I get stuff cast on me. It's hilarious to me. People are like, oh yeah, window will just let you do stuff like not get animation locked by spell being cast on you, which is really stupid. Because like whenever you kill something, but you get something cast on you while like you're putting your weapon away, and you get locked in place. And it's kind of dumb, but it's necessary. Just like from how the game is coded or whatever. And it's always been a thing, but apparently people with like windowware and other stuff can just like not care about it. It's kind of a big deal, but I don't know, maybe I'm just shouting into the void. I've never liked the idea that like MMO players have about needing to use third-party stuff to make themselves better in the game world. I can understand wanting quality of life stuff, but like people sometimes don't draw a distinction between like what's quality of life and what's cheating. So like, I don't know, it's just kind of one of those things. Let's go to Zandoria. Let's go to Northern Zandoria. We'll go to the Moogle House. It only costs... It costs exactly the same to teleport to Zandoria as it does to teleport to frickin' Selbina. How about that? How about that? And we're gonna go ahead and switch over to Red Mage so that we get our Destrier Beret speed back. Video's already over an hour, and I don't really intend for it to go on longer than an hour and a half. I think that should be, like, the last video was like an hour and 47 minutes, but I don't know. I just have a hard time finding stopping points here. Colby told me not to worry about it. Oh yeah, when you're in another nation, you get to rent a room. So we don't actually own any of this furniture. I didn't go out and like buy furniture. And yeah, Changing jobs disables your style lock. Fortunately for us, Red Mage and Thief can all equip pretty much the same stuff. I got a sword in here somewhere that I was using. Although I could definitely use an upgrade. But that's part of the reason I'm doing these quests, is so I can buy a Centurion sword that I really like. And then we'll go ahead and style lock anyway. Because fashion is life. Although it's not really like fashion, it's just trying to not look like a complete noob. But also, because we're subbing White Mage, we can actually, I put them in the sack. Yeah, I did. We can actually learn spells that only White Mage can learn, because our White Mage's level is actually, you know, like, good. It's like actually part of us right now, so we can actually learn like Banish and stuff with Red Mage main with White Mage sub or whatever. But Cure 2, that's been a long time coming. Can't believe there's people out there thinking that people are going to be willing to pay 20k for something they can buy for 400 gil. But then again, a lot of people are really lazy and don't even like think of anything other than the auction house. So, yeah. So we want to learn all the other spells now too. Oh, also something you should know about Bio and Dia. They don't stack. Bio of the same level will overwrite Dia every time. So like, Bio 1 will overwrite Dia, and then Dia 2 will overwrite Bio 1. But Bio 2 will overwrite Dia 2, or whatever. I guess they prioritize the stronger damage over time effect, because Bio has a stronger damage over time effect. But Dia is better because it lowers monster defense by a % value. So the higher their defense, the more effective it is. Cool beans. So we finished the first part of the mission. We got the mission complete music, but we're still on 2-Tac-3. So now we need to go to Windurst, and like I said before, the game sort of expects you to go to Mara, but that would be kind of asinine if you ask me. So I think we should just go over to Jeuno, because we want to stop by their magic store anyway. And then we should just take the land route with our Destrier Beret. And it might take just as long as the oh, Brian, work with me. Going to teleporting to Selbina and hopping on the ferry. But since I want to stop by Jeuno anyway to get the teleport points, it kind of doesn't matter to me. And we get to enjoy the Ronfaure music some more. There's not actually going to be a lot of stuff that brings us to Ronfaure, as far as I remember, so the more we can get of it while we can, the better, I suppose. Is that a Notorious monster, or is that just a Funguar? Oh no, it isn't a Notorious monster. I could probably just kill it with, oh, and like, almost a single hit. I can get some Divine Magic skill ups on it, though. Yeah, as you can see, Divine Magic, it has a higher recast and MP cost than, like, these are the original MP costs of these spells. They didn't lower Divine Magic's cost at all. I guess because they don't want white mages to be thinking they're black mages or something. But Divine Magic has more spells to it than just Banish. But that's going to be like the only spells we have to skill up for quite a while. And it's not really that important of a magic skill to have, because we'll have alternate methods of things. But you might also notice our spell list is starting to get so bloated already, and like these are just like still you know, like almost like, yeah, like pre-30s, 30 and lower spells. We already have so many of them, right? So at some point in the near future, I'll be making macros to use with my trigger buttons. You press the triggers and they bring these up. And it's slightly faster because you can just, you make a macro for the spell you want to cast most often, like, you know, you can make right trigger and alt 0 or whatever. You can make these buttons, like, you know, you press the trigger, you press X over the one you want, and it does what you have. And so it's a lot better than just like going all the way through the list. But combat is actually so slow in this game that you actually can just go through the list. So I might be lazy about it, but eventually I will make some macros just for my own sanity. Because just think about it. This is just the spells from White and Black Magic. Later, when we're getting, you know, there's songs for Bard, there's ninjutsu for ninja, there's summoning, there's blue magic, there's geomancy, and Trust has its own separate menu anyway. But I'm gonna run down south on the path again, and just in case the lumbering ram happened to spawn, and I'll go ahead and whip out my trusts if that's the case. But if it's like steel fleece or whatever the higher level one is, there's no way I can beat it. So at these levels, so we'll just be ready for anything and move right along. And basically, we're going on foot this way because Jugner Forest over there is it's 2 zones away from Jeuno. Like Jugner Forest is pretty easy to get through, and then after that's the Battalia Downs, and then there's Jeuno. And back in the day, it was kind of like a rite of passage. When you got to level 20 in the Valkyrum Dunes, that was like the minimum level you needed for your chocobo license. And you can only get the chocobo license in Jeuno unless they change something. So like you get one of your power leveler escorts, because a lot of people would be power leveling EXP parties back in the day, either from being paid to or just because they were helping a friend out. And if you hear my dogs barking, I don't know what they're barking at, but they're going crazy right now. Oh, I said I was going to take the south way by the path, didn't I? I started to automatically just go the way that I'm so used to. So you just like drop down there and run past the lake. It's a lot better than going by the path. But I want to see if the lumbering ram is up anywhere. That's another NPC. Okay. It's weird to me that NPCs pop up on wide scan. Of course, even having wide scan is just sort of strange. I leveled Ranger and Beastmaster both after Abyssia came out. And I leveled Ranger to level 96, which was far enough to get all of the... oh, another battering ram. Okay, well. We can kill the battering ram and hope that it spawns the lumbering ram someday. If not for us, then maybe for someone else. And I'm just gonna get a little bit of divine magic skill, because why not? A skill that would be kind of more important is dark magic skill, but it looks like my trusts have already killed it. Good job, trusts. Always killing my enemies for me. Lickety-split-like. Yeah, I'm thinking that sort of up near that path is where that thing was, is one of the spots, and then sort of down here is where the other one is. Because there's only like a couple in Theine Plateau. I don't think there's a third one in Theine. But, heck, there might have not even been a third one in Constant Chat. My memory might just be fucking with you and me. But you notice I kind of like roll multiple objectives into one traveling trip. It really behooves you to know things ahead of time, like for multiple jobs and multiple things. That way you know kind of what to expect, and also like, you know, that you can take advantage of where you're going to the fullest, so you don't have to backtrack as much through the world. I mean, it's an MMO at the end of the day, so you don't actually need to, like, really worry about that too much, but it helps when you're recording, trying to show things off. At least a little. Doesn't actually help, like, a ton, because obviously I didn't actually run into the lumbering ram. But imagine if I had. Imagine if I had. Also, sorry if all this map, pulling up of the map is kind of like breaking your concentration on the zone, or like your appreciation of the zone. I mean, it's just kind of, it's like the only way I really know to look at wide scan. Like, I don't think there's another way to look at wide scan. There probably is with, like, I don't know, window or something. Now, while we're walking by the crag, though, I don't know what part of it Lion wanted to meet us at. She said something about the portals. So I assume if we touch this portal that we'll get some sort of cutscene with her, maybe? Nope. Maybe it's the shattered telepoint, or maybe it's the normal telepoint. I don't know which. I've never done this quest before, and I haven't looked it up because I wasn't really thinking about Rhapsodies. I thought that Rhapsodies was just gonna kind of like take a backseat for a minute, but I guess they try to keep it involved. It's only 10 minutes till we hit an hour and a half. If she's not, like... I don't know what Ergon Locus is. Maybe that's what I have to click on to get cutscene flying? You are assaulted by an uncanny sensation. Okay. Okay, so... Nope. Nothing with flying there. Maybe I have to finish Mission 2 TAC 3 completely. Because all she said was once we finish up with our business here... which, I mean, that could have meant, you know, just killing War Chief Vatgit. Also, we got a title, War Chief Wrecker, for killing War Chief Vatgit. You'll get that title just for killing him. That's how a lot of titles in the game work, actually. And they started giving, like, every single Notorious monster they released and, like, all the new stuff titles. And it kind of made Notorious monster titles, I don't know, less remarkable. Because back in the day, it was only like specific storyline Notorious monsters, and then like the highly notorious monsters like the King Behemoth, and Nidhogg, and Fafnir, and Aspidalonk, and we should have picked that up on our first trip. Could have saved us several minutes. Of course, we wouldn't have gotten to run by that lumbering ram and see things. But, oh well. Oh hey, it's raining. Cool beans. This is Jeuno Forest. It's pretty straightforward. We just gotta go all the way northeast. And we're just gonna really sort of follow the path. We might can save a little time by cutting through that like little canyon. But it won't save that much. But, I don't know, every minute helps, I guess. I don't know how much more movement speed the Destrier Beret actually gives us. I just know it's a decent amount. And I'm not going to bother turning into the Chocobo Chick costume, because if we get aggro, then it'll wear off anyway. Plus, I don't think I can actually stay in the egg long enough to get a decent speed bonus off of it. That would be all that much more than the Destrier Beret. So. I never really liked Jeuno Forest all that much. It just feels really damp. And trees are kind of ugly. I guess they're like leaves. They're supposed to be down like that. I guess they're all supposed to be like willow trees or something. Or whatever that type of tree is that grows near rivers. Because, you know, there's like this big lake. The lake Meshiume? Or Meshiume? Or Meshiu? I don't know how to say that. It's French, though. I think. Yeah, I see this river. And at the very bottom there at Vidobrook, to the left of it, that's the entrance to the Orcish stronghold Davoy, which is like it used to be a Sandiorian like cathedral or something, and the orcs pillaged it and took it over during the Crystal War or something. And apparently we've got a tiger hitting us, but he's not hitting us very hard, so I'm going to ignore him. Yeah, he's easy prey, so it's kind of whatever. We're not going to cross the river just yet. I don't want to get, like, stuck behind rocks or something. Crossings are kind of weird like that sometimes. You're like, oh, I can cross here. I can cross early. And then you'll run into, like, a roadblock or something. If I wasn't level 30, this would be like a death sentence getting aggroed by this tiger. but because I'm level 30 and relatively geared, it's fine. If I didn't want to get to Jeuno so quickly, I would stop and kill it, but that would take a minute or two since I didn't have my trusts out. But we've got the regen from the Destrier Beret as well, so we'll be fine. And now he can't even seem to hit me. Evasion's funny like that sometimes. Sometimes your evasion will be on fire, but because it's a roll of the dice, like, the thing will, like, miss you, like, 20 times. That guy's riding some sort of bird mount. That was something they added within the last few years. They added the ability to have mounts that were different from other chocobos, or from just chocobos. And as cool as it is, like, it's really cool. Like, you can ride crabs and stuff, and, like, that guy's riding, like, a bird or whatever. As cool as it is, it's a little bit, like, I don't know, it feels like they're sort of trying to, like, make the old MMO more appealing to, like, modern mindset of other MMOs, where you have a shit ton of mounts. And I mean, it doesn't really mean anything, because you can't fly. Like, this isn't a game where you can ever fly around, like, on a mount. Like, flying is for airships. And, all that stuff, so. Yeah. Actually starting to get me, like, halfway down. I didn't pick up a second tiger, did I? No, I didn't. Yeah, this is something that would also never happen in a modern MMO. A monster actually chasing you to the end of the zone. Like in Final Fantasy XIV, they just, like, they have a leash and they just snap it back eventually. Alright, we made it. I can't remember if White Mage Sub gives us Divine Seal or not yet. I don't remember if Divine Seal is level 15 or level 25. Let's see, job abilities. Oh, yep, it's level 15. That's cool. So that doubles the cure potency of your next cure spell. It's got a 10-minute cooldown. But yeah, now we can actually put some decent cure numbers up relative to our HP. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, it's not amazing because our healing magic skill is still pretty low, but like, it feels really good. And Jeuno will probably be able to sell us oh, yeah, there's music in this zone. Yeah, Coveffe Barrows. Grand Duchy of Jeuno. Artisan Bridge. Lord Boliever. Boliever Bridge? Whatever. Aged Arbor. Interesting thing about this zone is that upper path there, it looks like it's flat and then goes up a hill or whatever. There's actually like a steep ledge that, like, sort of like goes across diagonally, and there's actually like a cave up here that comes in from another zone. And yeah, and these are kind of like burial mounds. And there's the, I want to say it's Eldium Necropolis beneath this zone. If you were to go into one of the burial mounds, you'd wind up in the Eldium Necropolis. And look, more tigers. But these tigers are actually like in the level 30s, so we might actually have to heed when we get aggro, but I'm going to try to not heed as long as possible, because I am racing the clock. And while there's no way in hell I'm actually going to hit the Jeuno zone line, in the next 15 seconds, it's gonna be pretty close, you know? Like, it'll be like an hour and 32 minutes by the time I get into Jeuno or whatever. And hey, look, remember what Sid said about that crystal line going from the crags to Jeuno? Yeah, I got whatever that stuff's made out of. It looks like bone to me, sort of, but like, it's obviously not actually bone. It's some sort of white stone just tunneling through the earth. And the Destrier, I'm gonna really miss the Destrier Beret's speed whenever I have all of Comlin's jobs over level 30. Movement speed plus gear in this game is somewhat hard to come by, and once you get used to it, it's really hard to go back to not having it. Alright. These NPCs out here didn't used to be here. This used to just be a gate. But, yeah. Here we go. Made it to Jeuno, baby. There it is. Across a big old bridge. If you play 14, does it remind you of anything? Well, the bridge is kind of like the Steps of the Faithful or whatever from that. Or, well, the Steps of the Faithful are kind of like this or whatever. But yeah, here we are in Upper Jeuno. And that was the route I took, the most common route to take for going to Jeuno when I first started playing, because your power leveler could teleport you to the Crag of Holla, which is basically right next to the Jugner Forest zone line, and then you only had to go through a couple of zone lines. But down here we can actually talk to Brutus and start working on getting our chocobo license. Uh-huh. Quest? Feeding time, huh? I think this is actually a different quest. No, think of Brutus. No, think of Brutus. Okay, it's a butt down must situation. This has got to be some other different quest, though. So now he wants us to go to the Theine Plateau. But that's not the quest we're here for. Sure do. Vanadil Chocobo Society would never allow it. Okay, so this Chocobo's gotta take to me. Gospit Wildgrass, huh? Okay, so we need Gospit Wildgrass. I don't know exactly where to get that. I think you would probably naturally get it from taking like a sickle and going out and gathering it, but I don't know where that is, and hopefully people still sell it. They probably sell it at exorbitant prices. I thought it was under miscellany. There's so much stuff they've added to the auction house. I just want to show... Is it... Can I at least sort it alphabetically? Okay, that will help some. If it's under this... Okay, it's not going to be under Miscellany 1. What about Miscellany 2? Oh, this is all like Notorious monster popping items or something. And like, not salvage, skirmish, and all that nonsense. Oh, ancient currency. They got their own miscellany tab for selling ancient currency on the auction house. And Alexandrites. Wow. I bet all this goes for big money. That's not why we're here though. Maybe it's under medicines, because it's technically a medicine. I'll go look in a second. 330k for a stack. I don't know if that's even a good price. Potions, potions. Let's see, H-I-J. Okay, so no, it's not under medicines. Is it under food? Let's see what it would be. I don't know where it's actually gonna be. Man, I might just have to look this up real quick just to even see where it is on the auction house, because there's no search feature on the auction house, as far as I'm aware. Okay, you can get it in the Dangruff Wadi from Wadi Hares or from Crane Flies in Marifato Mountains. And it's under weapons, ammo, and miscellaneous pet items? I mean, I guess being under pet items makes sense. How much does an individual clump of this cost? 4k? That'll save me some time, so yeah. And here I am letting the recording go on over long here. Don't worry though, after I try to trade one of these to the chocobo, I never actually knew where to get these, like, in the wild. I just knew that they usually always sell. And I've always bought them from the auction house for a relatively cheap price. Just keep at it, okay? So basically, you try to trade it once a day, and it's like I said, like an episode or 3 ago, about the whole thing. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the episode right here, but I'm probably going to record immediately, because I'm right here. I want to do stuff. So I'll see you in just a little bit, and thanks for watching. Stay safe, have a great day, and yeah.